plan it accordingly.
Done.
To planned. Nailed it.
I cleared my schedule.
So, what's the records here for Alec?
These are the undefeateds. This is the finals.
So Jonathan, was he scoop 2 or?
Hmm?
I mean, I know
They drew.
Oh, he drew. I know he resolved.
But the winner of this will have the best record. Even if Troy wins, Jonathan will have better tiebreakers. And also knowing JB, he'll probably just give equal prize support to anybody who has the same record.
Well, Traveler and the Scourge Tag High Priest. If there's no sack outlet to follow this up, this is the most depressing part about running these decks.
Or if your sack outlet gets countered.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to get countered because...
You can briefly think about these rest.
The good part about the Junk Aristocrats deck is the synergy.
Yeah.
And unless you play cards like Young Wolf, cards like Doom Traveler, which are otherwise terrible cards.
Yeah.
Cartel Aristocrat. Cartel Aristocrat's like a fine sideboard card. You bring it in against other creature decks, there's going to be a lot of death, you make 5/5s, you win the game. But to have this card main board, with Doom Travelers, with Young Wolves, it is so terrible as we see another Doom Traveler come up if you don't get the engine rolling from your deck. Because we've seen Alec play 3 cards now, and Jonathan's on a 6-turn clock. These 3 cards are going to do nothing. Oh, in response to Detention Sphere, Tragic slipped my own guy.
So, get 5/5.
He attacked with the... Oh, we slipped the we slipped the attacking Doom Traveler. So now we do get the 5/5. Yep. I mean, that's the difference. Like, we've gone from swinging 3 damage turn to 7. Leaving the Doom Traveler back, because it'll just get eaten by the Augur, and we want some protection from Wrath.
Yeah.
The post-combat Blood Artist.
It's pretty good.
And the 3rd Doom Traveler. So even with the Supreme Verdict, he's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
See an Angel and Snapcaster.
Oh, I'm going to up these life totals. We don't even know what life totals are. As we see Alec bash in for 6, 7, 8. Can you ask me what their life totals are?
What's the life totals?
Is there glare on it?
Yeah.
I'll keep track of it. It's 18 and 12.
Okay. Jonathan at 12. We're doing this mid-combat, I assume.
He had, I don't know if you can see his hand, but since I was standing out there behind him, he has an Azorius Charm and the Think Twice in his hand. I would think the line here would be to charm the demon and then cast Think Twice.
After you're taking 3 damage, yeah?
So it takes 6, so he's down to 6.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Post-combat Lingering Souls from Alec.
He takes another 2 from the Blood Artistry.
So he's down to 4. So, yeah, that's enough. Jonathan does play Terminus, but...
That would have been pretty good.
Life totals updated. What happened?
Jonathan just scooped.
Okay. It's hard to come back whenever there's a Blood Artist in play.
Oh, it looks like he goes to the board for Terminuses. Maybe the Terminuses are sideboard cards.
But yeah, I mean, that was all just brought together from that one Tragic Slip. If he didn't have that Tragic Slip there, we did Detention Sphere, the Scourge Tag High Priest, and we're swinging for 2 a turn.
But since he has Slip, he can activate Morbid, make it Demon, and then the clock gets much faster.
Yep.
I'm going to do something I never do, which is to go out there and see what they sideboard.
Okay. Just say it out loud. Alec probably bringing in a number of opposite ads.
Yeah.
Does Jonathan Wright play the Pognify in the sideboard?
Rapid hybridization. Rapid Pongify. That's its new name. Hybridization.
Yeah, rapid hybridization, or he probably has renounced the guilds.
I'd imagine.
Alec might bring in a number of planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Sworn-esque type cards.
Garuk, opposite
It's
ad.
more resilient threats to
I don't know what they're taking out because they're still in process. But Jonathan is bringing in 3 Terminus, a Blind Obedience, and an O-Ring. And Alec is bringing in about 10 cards. He's bringing in Golgari
2 Abrupt
Charms. I think there's 3 Abrupt Decays, 2 Golgari Charms, 2 Sin Collectors, 2 Obsidats.
seems good.
And I think there was another card that I can't remember, but I don't know. Isn't Obsidat the best card against this?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Like, Jonathan better have either rapid hybridization or renounce the guilds.
Well, he has like a lot of counter spells. Like Syncopates, Dissipates, Scene. I saw him playing it earlier with Essence Scatter.
But he still has to tap out for cards like Terminus and Supreme Verdict.
Yeah. Jonathan being on the play is like a huge advantage because it activates your Syncopates much more so than when you're on the draw.
Syncopate's really good against a lot of decks, more so good against the deck with Vulnerals and Lingering Souls.
Yeah, and the Terminuses are like you can't like if at any point Jonathan miracles a Terminus, like he has to be like a 80% favorite to win that game because it's just Alec has to overextend.
Well, Jonathan has a combo deck. If he can assemble the combo of Terminus and Sphinx's Revelation, wins the game.
It's a a lot of people don't see that combo. Oh yes, thank you. Rapid Pongify.
We couldn't figure out what the new Pognify card was called. And then just figured out and couldn't actually say the word.
What's a big word?
It is.
I don't know big word.
He's only 8 years old, so give him a break. His brother's a Sherman Way. he's had a rough go of it. Did you like Joseph? I gotta give you a little grief here. Last night we were actually drafting.
Oh my god.
We were trying to get one draft in before Vilianco goes back to law school. And so I'm updating the Facebook page with this week's highlight of the week, which was you beating Vilianco with exact damage with your Red Blitz deck, with the oft overlooked First Strike Trample from Legion Loyalist. And then I couldn't help but notice later in the night when I went back to look and see if anybody had responded to it that there was one response from your mom where she said, "Great job, Joseph!" 5 exclamation point smiley face. And when I
told her today, she was just like, "Congratulations on the video." I was like,
but what I think is funny is you have been in so many highlight videos over the last 9 months, but it's this one. And she's like,
yeah, she chooses the one that was like Chance.
That's my boy.
She chooses the one that
Joseph,
I won by
she used
chance.
5 exclamation points.
5.
That's the maximum. The smiley 5 exclamation points plus a smiley face. That's illegal in 38 states.
Right.
That's just crass.
Yeah. They're trying to get it passed in California.
Everything's legal in West Virginia. We only recently got laws.
We had to get to the Supreme Court to make laws legal.
That's one of my favorite self-deprecating zings about West Virginia. It's like, I'm from West Virginia. We only recently got math.
I really do want a big corn dog. They have to have them somewhere out there, right?
Well, I don't know if it's still open or not.
Saw giant turkey legs and
well, it's not even 10 o'clock yet, is it?
They gotta be serving corn dogs
till
like midnight.
What time is it?
9:45.
It's not even 10 o'clock yet. We're almost done. It's awesome.
It's awesome because we have to come here for 8 hours tomorrow.
Oh, well, tomorrow will be fun.
Voice of Resurgence. So that's a sideboard card from Alec, that Death Ray Shaman.
We've got the super low-tech life total.
We did probably swing for one.
Oh, Deathrite was the other card he's bringing in.
Thanks, Zach.
So Alec's deck still contains the core combo, but it's not so much all in on the idea.
Sin collect her.
Ooh,
barely knew her.
Nabbing a Terminus. This is a pretty spicy one from. What do you take here? Oh, there's two.
There's a verdict. Yeah.
Well, there were two Azorius Charms. I thought there could have been a consideration for taking the Azorius Charm since he was stuck on 3 lands, but that's
Azorius Charm or Sin collector. Oh, for the card draw ability.
Yeah. I think it was very narrow to begin with, plus he had 2 of them, but I was just entertaining the concept.
I love taking me some cantrips with my discard effects. You'll notice the foil Sin collector from Alec, as he is an Orzhov collector.
Yep. There's something very interesting, that phenomenon that happened with the guys at the shop is that multiples of them picked guilds that they affiliated with and started collecting the foils from that set.
Sin collector in its second mode, which is beat you for 2. Often not seen as it only has a 1 butt. What did we
O-ring the Voice of Resurgence.
Alrighty.
End of turn, we're nugging Jonathan with the Deathrite activation. So we're telegraphing Angel here. We know he has the Terminus, but he's two turns away from. There's another Deathrite.
So the Snapcasters are. The Snapcasters may have been sided out to begin with for Rest in Peace.
Mm-hmm. He didn't bring in Rest in Peace.
Okay. Not talking about that.
Well, he probably doesn't have Rest in Peace on the board.
He used to run 2 in most of his blue white decks, but I've recently talked him out of that. And it would obviously start from great this matchup.
End of turn,
Put a card in the graveyard for you to kill me with.
We gotta do something.
Right. He needs lands. And Alec is obviously not going to play out any more threats.
I can beat him as it is, so.
If Alec draws a Gavany Township, this is very hard for Jonathan to come back from. Alec could be setting on Planeswalker, Obsidat, any number of cards right now, or simply just a Lingering Souls. You see Verdict revealed off Augur.
The Augur at least stops the Sin Collector from beating down. You're still taking 4 a turn from Deathrites, though.
There's 1 Instant Sorcery left in the yard. Unless we get an Abrupt Decay on this, can you select 3 mana cost enchantments?
Yeah. What's under the D-Sphere voice?
Voice is under the O-ring. I don't know what's under the D-Sphere.
I think it's a voice, right?
They get 2 voices?
Yeah, I think so. Because he turned 2 voice, yeah.
So we're at least drawing live here to, why did he suicide his Sin Collector? Does he have a Morbid or something, or what?
You could just also not have a use for it. Want to try to both Jonathan, maybe? There's no way to activate Morbid currently on board, so it was a good enough bluff.
So what's he at, 7?
He would be at 8 if he exiled something with a Deathrite.
There's the Verdict. So Jonathan, oh no, I thought Alec was Hellbent, but he had cards over to the side.
Alec did take 1 from the Augur to bolas.
So Alec may have run out of gas here, so Jonathan, we know he has an Aetherling.
Well, Alec just needs one of his instant sideboard cards that he sided in for these enchantments.
Which now is irrelevant because, oh I'm sorry, Jonathan draws a Dissipate. Alec draws every card, every land in this deck, it looks like.
Ooh, and here, do we get devalued? Like, this is why I want to play Blue Red tomorrow. Because I've played with this interaction now, and I love it.
In response, Golgari Charm on
while you're tapped out.
Get the voice back.
Oh.
Get a Sphinx's Revelation.
Oh, play a 3/4 flash creature, draw a card. My goodness.
Draw the best card.
Like, I played Control. I just never played Augurs. It's like, I don't need this card. I regret it so much. I've lived my life completely wrong. So Restoration Angel going to start applying some pressure. Zach is now done with the stream. As we see Alec just scoop him up. Knows that Jonathan's holding at least one counterspell.
And a revelation.
And his Voice of Resurgence not going to poke through the Augur bolas.
I went out there to get the iPod to start charging for tomorrow, and then Alex scoops and I said, "What happened?" And he said, "You came out here, so we quit playing." Nice zing, Jonathan Wright. He's getting a little too cocky. We're going to have to set him down.
Yeah, just shoot him. I mean...
No mental magic. What had happened was Alec was waiting for Jonathan to tap out, so he wouldn't get his Golgari Charm countered.
Because the trigger for voice is when it's cast, so the angel's already on the stack.
Right.
That would be an interesting interaction.
Make the modern Aether Valve Voice of Resurgence deck a lot scarier. While you're casting a spell, activate Aether Valve too.
Get a token.
What do you think about that deck?
Get a Turkin. You can also get a Turkin.
Is that a turkey token?
No, that's ridiculous, Garrett. I mean, come on, keep it together. You have to bring semantics into this.
Kind of like professionals.
Yeah, this is basically the most high-end, whatever thing.
Yeah, I mean, here in West Virginia...
This is basically the most high-end whatever thing out there.
I haven't figured out how I want to do it, but I want to make shirts. I want to make a playmat. I want to make that little dice bag thing. But what I want to do is I want to have that logo. It's my stupid face. But I want then to have the broom closet but I want to have some kind of self-deprecating tagline, like the greatest FNM stream in the world, originating from a broom closet in West Virginia, or something. You know what I mean? Some like specific, like highly qualified thing. But I'm not as funny as I want to be, so I can't come up with something. I need to get Nolte on that.
You should do one of those Facebook things like the Affinity for Cards did.
Mm-hmm. You say come up with it. That was like the first person to respond to that thing where he was looking for that name for his website was the guy who was like, Affinity for Cards, and he's like, well, the rest of this time's going to be a waste because that's like perfect.
So do you actually get an affinity for cards? Like, if I have 10,000 cards, is that like one penny off?
He was going to do a progressive deal where the more you spent, the more you saved. Like you spend over $100, you get X off. If you spend over $200, you get X off. But then that became just very, very difficult to do on the website,
Right.
And so he basically just used more coupon codes and stuff like that.
Why does Alec Collincourt need his leaves to the mat? Just to piss off all the colorblind people. He's not even shuffling right now. He's just slapping the playmat.
Chaz in the chat was making a joke about how the broom closet is a city in West Virginia, population 2 to 5, depending on the time, which I think is funny and also segues into an interesting trivia tidbit about the state of West Virginia, which is obviously...
How many people are legally allowed in the broom closet at a time?
Of course, there's 3, otherwise JV gets mad. So West Virginia is obviously a very small state. We have about 1.8 million people, I think. Here, we recently last year we got our second area code for the telephone, which is a big deal.
Pissed everybody off.
But what's very interesting, I think, is that WVU in Morgantown, the state land-grant institution, on football Saturdays, the football stadium becomes the largest city in West Virginia. That's how small the state West Virginia is.
That's how awesome the West Virginia football program is.
If you count just the parking lot area as well, if the square mile that contains it's like double the size of the largest city in West Virginia, which is Charleston at 51,000.
And it's a good thing that this football stadium at this college is centrally located, right?
No, it's almost Pennsylvania.
Darn.
It's 5 minutes away from Pennsylvania. All right, let's get back to the action here. We've got
Cartel doomed. If he can muster up his curse tag as he just passes the turn. Think once.
When is he? Are we going to see Miracle Terminus? We never get to see those.
I don't think Jonathan's legally allowed to miracle. I think he just has to card hast him.
He has a card hast it?
Mm-hmm. Dissipate. Jonathan is laying down on Alec's turn. I don't think he's allowed to do that. Can we stop the entire store and evacuate the restaurant next door to get this corrected?
You remember during the Modern Masters Winter Box when we almost had
a fire?
We had a fire.
Fire.
We almost had to evacuate because of a fire next door at the diner, and then as soon as everybody stood up, they go, "Nope, we found it. Never mind."
The funny part is, we didn't fix the fire.
We just found it.
We found it.
We've located the threat. It will continue to rage, but
continue with your card tournament.
Spike Mo with the dagger in the chat. Zach sells magic, does it for free, still has more money than Detroit. It's a good one, and it's particularly pertinent because of my wife's proximity to Detroit. So, activating Gavany.
Doom Traveler is going to survive, but is also going to fog Alex's turn.
Mm-hmm. Which indicates that Alec has nothing better to do with his mana.
We're going to Azorius Charm this. Sack the Doom Traveler.
Take 3.
The Spirit will also get +1/+1 counter.
Yep.
Alec knows his cards.
Alec is very good at playing Magic.
Yep. Obviously not. You have to tell him that he gets +1/+1 counter.
There's no other real reason.
He gets a die.
No, I'm assuming that he did it correctly. Yeah, then this would be right. I'm assuming that you did it correctly.
Okay. I think there's some questions about what the timeline that he wanted to do it in. I think... there's just miscommunication about when they were doing it.
Right. I think both players sat there and thought about it. That's what would have happened, but I also don't think that's what happened.
No, but Alec is also being a nice guy and letting him deal with that.
Quarter Gavany Township. Haven't seen that thing in a long time.
Such tech. And Alec exercising his right that he may go search for an untapped land. I remember one of the last times I played Standard was when I played the Standard GPT to get buys to the Legacy Grand Prix in Indianapolis, and I borrowed Wolf Run ramp because I only play the best deck when I play Standard for every year, and in one game I did it twice. Oh, I just drew another one?
Yes.
In one match I did it twice where I ghost quartered and the guy was just like, "Oh, that sucks."
Oh, darn it.
And then
Live strip on legal.
That was back when you didn't have to announce triggers, remind them. And I was like, I told Dr. Matt afterwards, I was like, I felt bad because I really wanted those buys, but I felt bad about that. He says, "Oh, don't feel too bad, it's a May." And I was like, "Oh, it is. I don't feel bad at all now."
Right.
I still felt bad actually. I don't like to win like that.
I mean, it's still a thing. If I have to exile your guy, and you just put him in the graveyard and keep going about your business, I felt fine.
Well, put him in the graveyard. That's kind of bad too.
I guess it depends on everyone is cheating. I guess it depends on the context. Obviously, if it's at FNM, those are the kinds of things you would remind people of. But
I'm playing Path to Exile at FNM. That's not FNM.
That's some pretty sweet tech.
I'm going for blood.
Well, there are modern FNMs now, as of January 2013.
Thanks, Joseph.
The people in the chat have now just started suggesting more slogans for the stream. I enjoy this one too from Logan91, which says, "Zach sells magic. We wish we were streaming Settlers of Catan."
Those meeples.
Zach sells wood. Zach sells brick.
Meeples.
No, just what are the things you can have in Zach sells stone.
Stone.
Sheep. Zach sells sheep.
That's a good one.
Alright, let's just press the soldier on here. 18 to 12.
We got the infamous Young Wolf Gavany Township combo.
Mm-hmm. The Nombo.
What's a combo? I think... Is it possible that Jonathan just does nothing and that Alec sacks his wolf to get a double counters, basically, and give us cartel protection from something before Gavany Township?
I don't know. Probably not.
It's probably not worth the 1 point of damage, but...
It's fun. It's a fun interaction.
Yes.
The question is Alec going to activate? No, because he has the opposite that. I was going to say, I think Jonathan would be more upset if he didn't activate, because that means opposite that's coming. Oh no!
Barrels.
Look how patient Alec is. Like he's like, I'm fine throwing this barrels away if you want to counter it.
Does he have double white?
Yeah, because it has a sun petal and a temple.
Okay, I didn't see the sun petal.
I think that's what he tapped for.
Yep. Yes, it's a swamp sun petal overgrown tomb.
So Varl's going to get in protection from Supreme Verdict. Currently only a Doom Traveler that he can scavenge. I don't know why he didn't scavenge that turn. Representing the Restoration Angel, that's not a good attack.
O-Ring.
Tugger of the Rolls.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Scar Striped.
Alec lets it resolve. Now, there's no reason to sack it, too. Because we know he's playing Charm, so we can get it back, potentially, right?
Yep. Charmed and Abrupt Phase. Flashback him twice.
No,
That's
Moorland Haunt.
Yeah.
Moorland Haunt. Ooh, now he's got a thing before blocks. Does he want... I think that this is correct here. You give your guy pro white.
You think about sacking the Young Wolf to get in that 3?
Yes, definitely. So, yeah. Sack the Spirit. Because if he doesn't sack the Spirit, then,
There's a quick question in the chat from Spike Mo about the interaction between Persist and Gavany Township, and Gavany Township's +1/+1 counters will reset Persist on a creature that's already been there. Johnny Goldmane in the old Kitchen Fink token deck used to do that as well.
currently does it in my Kiki Bun deck.
Got Frankers everywhere. Trigger on the stack from Obsidizzle. What are the life totals here? It's a hot mess. 20 to 2.
If Trigger's on the stack and we're responding, then I assume that we're at 2.
I assume also that we are going to Sphinx's Revelation. Sphinx's Revelation for 2.
I'll just add to the stack then if we're leaving it.
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
Is this guy the master or just a master?
Are you kidding me? Upkeep, leave white open. Oh, are you kidding me?
You do draw your cards one at a time.
If he, like, it never has someone deserved to win a game more than this guy. Can we just make it so that these two guys play every week, like every game? Because it's always such a good magic.
Jonathan obviously playing bad.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Jeez.
3 ball.
Down to 19.
Alec just on stone nothing.
Well, he had a hand that was chock full of gas. And then...
He went for the kill with the obstinate.
I mean, it's unfortunate for Alec. You can tell he's frustrated, but... I don't know. To be fair, Jonathan hadn't seen a Terminus at any point in the other games as well, so...
Correct.
Blind Obedience.
I'd be... You know what that card's really good against?
Garrett. No way it resolves, right?
That Blind Obedience doesn't all work against this card called Obsidiate. Get Jace Ender's Tent.
11-4. That blind obedience is like so good too because it just
It pulls him out of,
Obsidian range.
mm-hmm.
Although we know Obsidian's never going to resolve. Here's the Aetherling. That'll be enough. Alec will just draw and scoop.
Alec, in response, is activating Cavern of Souls. Which he's allowed to do.
Lingering Souls. Rewind. Untap.
Rewind it again.
Did he have 2 rewinds for real?
No.
Think twice, extort.
If Alec's at 10,
10-5.
Jonathan needs 2 more spells.
We can kill him with the Aetherling, right?
Aetherling can swing for 8. That'd be
Oh, he got him. Oh, alright. That's pretty good game magic.
For those who don't know, whenever you draw multiple cards with the spell, like Blue Sun's Zenith, Sphinx Revelation, you draw once, you draw twice, you draw 3 times. You know, you draw however many, but you draw them one at a time. So if your top card's Terminus or any kind of miracle,
It still goes to that miracle zone, like that
Yes.
weird, like the weird madness zone thing.
Yes.
Like it's still. Did you also know that like it goes that, and then you can crack a fetch land in response to go get a land to cast it?
Right.
Because it goes into like that weird miracle
it's
zone.
a miracle trigger, and it goes to your hand.
That's a
And
good
you can
one.
respond to the miracle trigger, as Joe Lissette would want to do.
Yes. If you're gonna play miracles, you should play Joe Lissette's list. Well, that's the end of coverage for tonight, because like I said, we are down to top 4. So let's go ahead and do a quick sign. Yeah. Nope. That's correct. Does count. The 2 below that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the border.
So that's it for tonight, guys. Like I said, we have a very small FNM, but still some pretty good magic tonight. Thanks to everybody who watched in the chat. Obviously, our regulars, it's cool to see Scotty Mac there as well, so make sure to check out his stream on Monday nights.
It's the one with the Deathrite Shaman.
It's the one with the Deathrite Shaman. It's compulsive research on legitmtg.com, as well as their Twitch channel, which is legitmtg. Remember, tomorrow at 12 Eastern, we'll be streaming our Star City Games Invitational Qualifier from here at the shop. I know that the real Star City event will be on as well, but I'm not trying to compete with him. I'm just trying to archive what will be more than likely a great tournament that we have here. And remember, it's not too late if you're within a couple hours drive to get some rest now and then meet us here in the morning for that event. So thanks again to everybody who watched. There'll be highlight and lowlight videos capped up on our Facebook page later. What is
I
it?
thought that said it in the
So, but again, thanks guys for watching, and we will see you guys hopefully tomorrow, but if not, at least next week. Later.